Wewe, is this friend of mine that likes joking? Anyway, hi and welcome back. Today's topic is about aiming for legacy. Friends, what is a legacy? So a legacy is just or aiming for legacy is aiming for a long-lasting impact that you're going to leave for yourself, for the people around you, or even for the generation to come. I'll use a family as an example. We have the Kenyatta family, we have the Moise family, and also there is my family. Tomorrow, on my next episode, I'm going to talk about the achievement that we've made. That's why up to this point, we are still remembered. The Ambonya family. So tune in for tomorrow's episode, where I'll be talking more about our family. So when someone asks you about the Kenyatta family, what are you going to say? I know most of you will say they own couples of businesses, they own aeroplanes, they own large pieces of land. But there is something that you shouldn't forget. That the fourth president of this country came from that family. And we only remember that family from the Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, from the father of Uhuru. But from there, what do you know about them? There's nothing. So we know this family from the Mzee because of Mzee's determination, Mzee's hard work, Mzee's resiliency, Mzee's act of not giving up when they were fighting for independence. Mzee did not quit. And that is why he became the first president of this country. We have the Mau Mau. So when the colonizers came, or the Wazungus came into Kenya, they forced people to work as slaves. They sold people as slaves to other countries. They flogged people. They forced them to work under the scorching sun for long hours without pay, without food. They unleashed hell upon the Africans. They made them do all sorts of bad thing upon Africans. But there is this group of men that decided enough was enough. They couldn't take it anymore. They could not see their children suffering, and they could not wait to see their grandkids suffering. So they decided that they are going to retaliate. They decided that they are going to fight back. Despite the Wazungus have the machineries, the weapons, the strategies, the soldiers, everything, they retaliated just like a fish. When a fish encounters a storm, when a fish encounters a strong current, it will not let the current overwhelm it. When the current is flowing downstream, this ship will flow on the opposite side. It will flow upstream. So a fish doesn't go reverse. Despite how strong the current is, a fish will always swim against the current. It will never be carried away by the current. So this is what the Africans did. They were not intimidated by this weapons, the machineries, the strategies that the Wazungus had. So they decided that they are going to fight in the forest. They will be coming, capture some of the Wazungus, kill them, then run back to the forest. The Wazungus were afraid of following them into the forest. So this fight took many years. They persevered. They didn't quit. They were resilient. They never gave up. And that is why we remember them. Because of their spirit of not giving up. Because of their spirit of hard work. Because of their spirit of relentless. We still remember them. And that's why we celebrate them. There is a date that is set. It's always a public holiday on that date. Because of the honor we give them, because of the respect we give them. So when you fight through your adversities, we'll remember you. Then I'll give an example from the Bible, and I like using the story of Jesus. Jesus did a lot of things, a lot of good things to us, and that is why we still remember them. He fed the hungry, healed the sick, walked on water, turned water into wine, He was crucified just because of our sins. And up to this point, up to this juncture, we still remember Jesus. Because despite the challenges that he had to go through, Jesus did not quit. Jesus was relentless. He had a goal that he had to he had a goal that he had to achieve. He had a destiny that he had to fulfill. So despite everything, despite all odds being against him, Jesus did not quit. Despite the odds being against the Mau Mau, they didn't quit. Despite the odds being against Jomo Kenyatta, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, he didn't quit. And that is why we still remember him. He left a legacy. I'm going to give a word of encouragement to people that are out here. In every situation that you find yourself, be it bad or good, there is always a positive side out of those situations. Don't dwell on the negative side. Just be like a fish. Don't let the current, the strong current, make you swim downstream. Be like an eagle. When you encounter a storm, use the storm to fly high above the sky. Use that storm. Use that adversity. Use that painful moment to help you propel you further, to help you propel you above your problem. Because you're going to leave a legacy out of the decision that you're going to make at this particular point when you're going through that painful moment, when you're going through that loss of job, when you're going through that break, marriage dissolution, when you're going through that betrayal from your partner. The decision you're going to live now. So the decision that you're going to make now, the choice that you're going to make now, will determine if you're going to leave a positive legacy or a negative legacy, or a legacy that these young people will look up to and emulate. So in every situation, there is always a positive side. Work toward coming out through the positive side. So as I conclude, brothers, sisters, friends, colleagues, what legacy do you want to leave? Do you want to be remembered for someone who quitted when he encountered a setback? Do you want to be remembered as someone who committed suicide after he was betrayed, he or she was betrayed? Do you want to be remembered as someone that lost his way when he encountered a setback? Look for that positive side. Look for that positive pathway that you can maneuver your way out of that trial, out of that storm. Be like an eagle. Be like a fish that maneuvers its way along the currents, along the storm. It doesn't quit. It doesn't give up. Because when you quit, you die. When the fish quits and goes backstream, by the way, a fish never goes reverse. A fish doesn't go reverse. It always swims forward. Even if you set a net in front of him or her, in front of it, it will try its level best to swim past the trap or past the net, but it will not go backward, because forward is always the best. Going forward is always the best. Don't quit. Don't be intimidated with your pain. Don't be intimidated with your adversity. Just persevere. Find a way out of that situation you are in. Just breathe in. Wipe the sweat off your face and start all over again. Give it one more push. Start all over again. So, share the video with anyone. It may help us, someone out there. You can also comment or like the video. Till we meet again, have a fantastic day.